Welcome to yet another episode of Bhavan's Education to Home, an initiative of Bhavan's Middle East in association with Janam TV. Today we are going to continue with Class 10 Science. Science is a poetry of reality. To learn science, you need to be both physically as well as emotionally bound with it. We three are from Bhavan's Smart Indian School. I'm Sarita Umesh.
I am Bhavita Bright.
And myself, Rekha Ravindran.
And we three are here to help you with the following chapters: the magnetic effects of electric current, carbon and its compounds, how do organisms reproduce, and our environment. In today's discussion, we are going to focus on the important areas from each chapter, typology of questions, and method of study. Rekha, shall we start with focus area?
Sure, Sarita. CBSE had already deleted 30% of the portion, keeping in mind the pandemic situation where students could not go to school. Still, from the remaining portions, if they concentrate more on some particular area, they can definitely score more than 95% marks. Bhavita, as a biology teacher, could you please list out those important areas from the biology lessons?
Sure, Rekha. As you have mentioned here, CBSE has already deleted the portions for Class 10 Biology 2. And for Term 2, they are going to have 3 chapters: how do organisms reproduce, heredity, and our environment. And from the chapter of how do organisms reproduce, children need to concentrate more on importance of DNA copying and chromosome numbers of zygote and the case of gametes, vegetative propagation methods and its significance, and differentiate between unisexual and bisexual flowers, and also self-pollination and cross-pollination, fertilization, events of fertilization and post-fertilization events. And if you look at the reproductive health, they have to concentrate more on the contraceptive methods and also sexually transmitted diseases. And from the chapter of our environment, they need to do the comparative studies of food chain and food web, energy flow and the biological magnification, 10% law, role of decomposers, and ozone depletion and its consequences. And since this chapter is having more relevance on the current environmental crisis, children need to focus more on the eco-friendly approaches also. So that's all, Rekha.
Okay. Sarita, as a chemistry teacher, what are your suggestions on the important areas of chemistry lesson?
From carbon and its compounds, a large volume of the content is deleted by CBSE. From the existing topics, children can concentrate more on the unique properties of carbon, such as catenation and tetravalency, and isomerism exhibited by organic compounds. In this context, children, you must study the isomers of butane, butene, and pentane. Especially, you have to draw and learn the electron dot structures of these compounds. Then other topics are homologous series, their properties, different functional groups, basic nomenclature of hydrocarbons such as alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, difference between saturated and unsaturated compounds, and the test to distinguish these two compounds. And you can learn, the one yellow box is given in your textbook. That's about the allotropes of carbon. Kindly go through that also. You can expect questions from that also.
Yeah, Rekha, how about from the chapter of magnetic effect of electric current?
Yes, even the magnetic effect of electric current lesson also has some deleted topics. From the existing portions, we can group the important areas into 3: electromagnetic induction and Fleming's right hand rule, force acting on a current carrying conductor and Fleming's left hand rule, pattern of magnetic field around different shaped conductors such as solenoid, loop and straight conductor with right hand thumb rule. It is very important for them to learn these rules and their applications. And also, under the topic the force acting on a current carrying conductor, they have to give more importance to DC motor, its parts and working.
Yeah, I am sure that all our class 10 students have got an idea about the selective topics so that they can easily score the passing mark. And knowing with that, they should know the typology of questions also, so that will help them to study more accurately. So, Sarada, could you just give the idea on what type of question that can expect from the carbon and its compound lesson?
Sure, Bhavita. From carbon and its compounds, you can expect one 2 marks question and one 3 marks question. This I'm talking from the limelight of CBSE sample papers 2021-22. But you can expect one 4 mark question, which can be a case-based question from this chapter.
Okay. Then from how do organisms reproduce, if I say that we can expect two mark questions, and from our environment we can expect a total of 5 marks, and that is one 3 mark question and one 2 mark question. And how about from the chapter of magnetic effect of electric current, Rekha?
According to the CBSE sample paper, actually physics has a weightage of 12 marks. So 6 mark questions can be from the lesson magnetic effect of electric current. One question will be the last case based question, which is of 4 marks, and another one question can be of 2 marks.
Okay.
So these all questions can come from the above set important areas.
Okay.
Now hardly 2 weeks are there for the exam. Before your science examination, children, you must spend doing as many sample papers as you can do. You can arrange sample papers from other schools also with the help of your friends and your own teachers. Rekha, could you give some tricks to make the chapter magnetic effects of electric current easy?
My children always say that this lesson is a drive on because of more number of activities, rules, their applications, and no numericals at all. But it is always easy for them to get good marks from this topic because most of the important areas have activities. So let them learn the observations clearly. For example, the electromagnetic induction activity, the observation is the deflection of the galvanometer. So when does the galvanometer deflect? What is the reason behind the deflection? These all things let them go through and be very clear. And also let them do this type of questions from this topic from the previous question papers, and let them make their own questions by changing the direction of current, direction of magnetic field and all. So it will help them to get more marks from this topic.
Bhavita, what about biology? Is there any easy way to memorize how do organisms reproduce and our environment chapters?
Sarida, if you ask me, there is no such easy way that they can learn anything very fast. What I would recommend to all my children that they should always reflect on what they have learned in the classrooms through a mind map and conceptual map, and that should give a proper answer that how, why and when and all those things. And also these particular chapters are more based on the diagram based questions, so children need to spend time on learning and identifying the parts, drawing the diagram and all of these things. And for any learning, I think repetition makes the learning more concrete one. That is what I want to say.
And if you ask me about the carbon and its compounds, I think that's the last chapter what we want to discuss. And in carbon and its compounds, you know that it's called organic chemistry, and there is no easy way to learn organic chemistry. Only thing is you should make your basics concrete. That's the first thing you have to do. And just read and write and practice the areas which we told in the focus area session. I think that is more than enough to score full marks, I would say. So all the best to all of you children.
And thank you all my dear team members. You have given a gist of the syllabus and the methodology and also the techniques that how to make the study more easily and interesting one. So hope that the session was very useful for all our class 10 students, and wishing you all the very best to you. And just want to remind once again that practice, 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 children. There is no substitute for regular revision, and also find time to review the topics that you have learned it. And also from the Bhavan's fraternity, thanking Janam TV and its viewers, and looking forward to have the sincere feedback from you all. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.